Okay, this is what we're creating today, your DIY doodle pop. From start to finish, from Cricut Design Space until you're attaching all the layers together. Okay, let's get started. Okay, so some of you guys are asking for a tutorial for my DIY doodle pops. So I'm here in Cricut Design Space, and this is our view right here. So the first thing you need to remember is a doodle pop is about 2.5 by 3 inches. It's not anything greater or smaller than that. So the first thing we need to do is download an image. So let me download an image right now. Not really download, but just like select an image that I've already uploaded. So you want to choose an image that has potentially multiple layers. You can create multiple layers for yourself, but you know, you have to choose wisely if you want to make an effort. So I think we're gonna do this jar right here. I'm holding on to my phone, so bear with me. I'm gonna try my very best to not make you dizzy. So close that up. So I'm gonna make it smaller. So I normally play with in the field of like the 150s. Right there. So you just click plus or minus if you want to make it bigger. So this is what I have so far. I'm going to try my very best to not make it move so much. Okay. So that's your image, and that's an SVG. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make it smaller. So click that. This SVG is grouped together, so you're gonna make a copy. Make sure you don't change any size because you want them all to align when you attach them together with foam tape. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get the first image and I'm going to flatten. So you see right there, Alt F or flatten. So click flatten. Once you flatten it, this is what it's going to look like. This image is flat and this image is still an SVG. Okay, after you flatten your image, you're going to click offset. So my offset, I like my offset at 0.050. Click apply. And then you change it into white. Next, I'm going to select, essentially you're selecting both the image and the offset. And you're going to click attach and flatten. So that gives you that image right there. Okay, next, this one is the image that you're going to play with. This one is just your base, okay? So that's just your base. That's the most bottom part, the back part. If you create a doodle pop, you need at least 3 to 4 layers that's nestled on top. So what we're going to do is we're going to unattach them, ungroup them. So now they're all divided into layers. So you're going to remove I'm removing these layers. I remove that. I'm gonna remove that. I'm gonna put it right here. I'm just removing the lid. Because this is all the inside portion. This, I'm gonna delete that. And make sure that it's all aligned. So this is where you like move closer. And then you make sure that it's all aligned, because when you flatten it. So the step is after you've reached your desired image, you flatten it and then you click your offset. And you have to offset the same size, which is 0.050. So now this is my desired image. Nope, I don't think it's... You have to move that a little closer. It has to be exact. Okay. Sorry, it's hard for me to see because I'm holding my phone in front of my face and I cannot see. So I'm just making sure. Okay, so that looks exact right now. So I'm going to select all this and then I'm going to group them again. So group, and then you flatten. Now that it's flat, you offset it again. Same size, 0.050, apply. And then you change the color of your offset to white. And then you select. And then you attach and flatten. That's going to be your second layer. Okay? Right there. I'm going to delete this because I don't need that. So this one, you're going to move down here. This one, you're going to move down here. That's your layer number 2. Next, this one is your third layer. It takes a little bit of computering for you to be able to kind of figure it out. But look at your image. You're going to see that essentially which one is the most one that's in the back. So the candy cane, when it comes to layering, the candy cane is in the back most, and then the Christmas tree, and then the cookies, and then the gingerbread, and then the balls. So the balls are in the front. So you're going to have to separate them. What I like to do is I like to create, I'm going to copy this one. I'm going to put it down here. This one, I am going to flatten. And then you create offset. Same offset. Same, you change the white. Same, you attach and flatten. So essentially, when the Cricut cuts it, the Cricut will cut this layer, and then your second, and then your third. And then you go into your details. So you already have like that layer. So this one, what I would do, I mean, it's up to you how you want to negotiate this. I'm going to start removing certain pieces. So I'm going to remove I'm separating certain things. I'm going to delete all that. I'm going to delete. I'm going to delete. Okay, I'm going to delete that. Because I only want this one as my front. So I'm going to copy that. That one I'm going to group again. You group it. And then you flatten. After you flatten, you put again offset 0.050. Again, change it to white. Again, select all these and then you attach and you flatten. So that's going to be your layer 1, 2, 3. That's your layer number 4. Your last layer would be the layer that only has the gingerbread and the balls. So what we're going to do is we're going to remove I'm clicking right here and I'm just removing the entire cookie. All the layers of the cookie I'm gonna remove. I'm just finding where they are, because it's hard to okay, so now they're all removed right there. Now you select all this and then you group it again. It's all this is dependent on the image that you have. So you flatten it again, and this is your last layer. After you flatten, you create your offset, change your offset to white, select them both, and then you attach and you flatten. Okay. So these are your layers. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 layers for this image. The next thing you do is you select all and you make them smaller. So this is going to be a doodle pop that's about 3 inches. And then you save your image. Let's say jar. And then I'm going to save it under Gingerbread Kisses and then save. Let's see what it looks like. I know this is going to be a long video, but I mean, it's worth seeing if you want to make this yourself. Oops, you saw me there. Okay, so this is what it looks like in the print and cut world. So all your layers, you just essentially reduced. And then I'm gonna try to do 2. Apply. It's kind of big. It's too big. I'm gonna cancel. I'm gonna make it a little bit smaller because this one is 1, 2, 3 inches. It's 3 inches. So it should be fine, I guess. I wanna make it a little tad smaller. Right there. Make sure you save that. And then you make. I'm gonna click make, and then I'm gonna bring you upstairs. I'm gonna bring the laptop upstairs, and then we're gonna do apply. Let's see. Okay, so essentially you get 3 in each sheet. Okay, so when I come back, I'm gonna be upstairs. So the next important thing to talk about is what paper to use. I only use the Canon matte photo paper. This I get at Amazon. Gina, my friend Gina from Scrapinology, is the one who told me to use this one, and it's has been absolutely perfect for this purpose. And I have the Epson Eco Tank. So what I have is the Epson Eco Tank 2800. I got this from Amazon also. I'll put everything in the description box for you. So the next part is we're going to print it first. Let me find my mouse. Okay. So we're going to send it to printer. Sorry about the glare. You're going to send it to printer. I use System Dialog. You click that. And then you send the image to your printer. Sorry, you're going to see my face because of the reflection. So it should be printing right now. I'll be back as soon as it's printed. So still printing. Working on it. Okay, so let's have our Cricut cut it. Click the C. And then it's going to start cutting the image. It's going to scan first. So it scans about like 45 seconds or so. And yeah, just be patient. Keep on tweaking it if you need to. But look at the quality of the crispy of the print. That's because of the Canon matte photo paper. It's worth getting this if you want to create your own die cuts, honestly. Once I started using it, I don't think I'm ever going to be using any other paper other than this. So just make the investment. I think it's like $6 for a pack of 50 in Amazon. I'll put the link in the description box for you. So it's starting to cut right now. You see it's cutting with the offset on it, which is what you want. I'll be back as soon as everything is cut. Okay, so now we have our image. I put it in our mat, and then I'm gonna put it on my Cricut. So see, all the layers are all separated. And then, you know, you can do a test cut. This is like a good, if I was to do it all over again, I would probably make it a little smaller. But, you know, it's okay. It's just the first cut, so that's okay. Okay, so now that the Cricut has cut it for us, we are going to slowly remove. This mat is very sticky because it's relatively new and I use it for vinyl, so it's fine. You just have to be patient. As long as it's not destroying my actual byproduct, I'm fine with it. You have a spatula. I have a spatula, but I'm too lazy to grab it. So you just remove it. It's not very graceful. It's fine. It's okay. Okay, fine. I'll get my spatula. So this is your layer number 2. So layer number 1, layer number 2. I mean, this could be layer number 1. And then layer number 2 would have this. So you know where to put the stuff. I think that's a better idea. So if you layered it, it's going to be here. And then this is our layer number 3. I've broken a mat by doing. So layer 1, layer 2, layer 3, and then your layer number 4 is your balls and gingerbread. Okay, so let's put it together just for funsies. I'm not gonna take everything out because it doesn't matter. So we have this, and let's get our scissors, and we're gonna go a little bit on the closer side. Okay, so we have our layers, right? Layer 1, layer 2, layer 3, and layer 4. Easy so far. So essentially you just put your right there, right there. Okay, so that's gonna go right there. This is your next layer. So I'm going to be putting if you have strips, you can use that as well. Then you're going to put it right here. You see how cute that is? I'm going to probably speed this up because it's taking so long. But I need to be able to see it. So you're going to approximate. And then your next would be that. And then of course the candy cane is like so slender and curved, which is fine. You just have to kind of finagle with it. You know what I mean. And then yeah. And then one more on the top. Okay, that's how I would do it. And then this goes right there. That looks so cute. Oh my gosh. What I'm saying with this project is you have to be patient, is what I'm saying. But you can put it in your craft kit and leave it in the car. And then if you're picking up the kids and you're not doing anything, you're listening to a podcast, this would be a fun thing to do in the car while you're waiting. Or you're, anywhere you are. If you're at your lunch break, you're done eating, and you're listening to music, or you're by the pool, and you just want to craft a little bit, nothing intense. This would be a fun project to set aside and finish. Look how cute that is. It did take a little bit of an investment in creating it in the computer, but once you've done it, it's done. So that's done, and then this one is the next one. See? I mean, this video is not the best because it starts with an orientation of landscape, and then it becomes portrait, but oh well, it has the information. And obviously, if you want to, you can add more layers. Like, I would probably prefer to add one more layer in the back. But this is good enough. Look how cute. This is your DIY doodle pop. So I wouldn't necessarily say so fun, so easy, because it took a little bit of work. But I think it's worth it. You print it out one time and you get 3 doodle pops. So I think that's a good investment of your time. And then if you're part of a swap, that's not a lot of work. This is how I'm gonna do my Halloween one. That's how I would do it when it comes to like layering them. So I hope that helps you guys. Let me know in the comments below if you tried it. Tag me. Thank you so much for watching. This is Christian signing off. Bye, everyone.